you, Lord.
So what happens when life gives you both the unexpected and unwanted? When everything that was normal yesterday becomes like a distant dream? How do you handle it? Baby Ethan's Getting Better Every Day gives you a glimpse inside the life of a family that receives an unfavorable medical diagnosis of its newest family member. In just one day, every normal routine and ritual gets overturned with efforts in getting baby Ethan the care needed for his fight for life. This framework of faith and small part of the Yon family's journey will give you the highs, the lows, and the real of life as they face the 3-day death sentence of their child, Ethan, and the days that follow. To get your copy in paperback or to download the Kindle version, visit Amazon.com and search for Baby Ethan's Getting Better Every Day. This book by Pastor Eddie L. Yon is sure to encourage and inspire you. Baby Ethan's Getting Better Every Day. Pick up your copy today.
Well, hello, people. Welcome to another broadcast of Restoring Your Glory. This is Pastor Eddie L. Yon, and today I have in the studio with me Miss Joyce Dove of the I gotta get it right, the Rotary Youth Camp of North Florida.
Yes,
right?
that's right.
Well, Miss Dove, welcome today.
Thank you.
And today we want you to talk about your awesome camp because I came across your camp in a newspaper article, I think, in the Monticello newspaper, and it talked about your camps and how they facilitate children with disabilities, and that's so important. And I know that the goal is to help our babies with those disabilities explore the world in a safe way.
Yes.
So can you just give us a brief overview of the camps and what they do for our kids?
Certainly. The camps are held in July, and every week we have a different age. So different age groups come. They form a bond, they play together, they spend the whole week, overnight, including overnight. So we are located in Defuniak Springs, but our head office is here in this area in Tallahassee. But if someone thinks, oh, I really can't get over there, that's okay, because on every Sunday we take a bus over there. So people can have it's free transportation to come to camp. And then we bring them back. we do bring them back, and the pickup is just right off I-10 in Tallahassee, so it's easy to get there. And they spend the entire week there. They have one-to-one with a counselor. If their disability is more severe, they might have 2 counselors. But they get to do every single thing that anybody's ever done at camp. Arts and crafts, swimming every day. We have a rifle range and with BB guns. And we have archery. We have a lot of games that we play outside, and everything's air conditioned. So if the child is not, going to be good in the heat, it's okay. There's plenty of stuff going on inside. Plenty of stuff. And so we go right from the 8 o'clock breakfast straight into the evening. In the evening, sometimes we do a talent show, we do hide and seeks, we do scavenger hunts, we have a dance, and we have a lot of music. A lot of people come and play music for us.
And then I saw your I wrote 6 categories of activities: athletics, exercise, recreation, creative arts, cultural studies, special events, waterfront, and those evening programs, like I said, the dances and the DJ. So there are so many things that these kids can do during that whole week. They can really expand themselves.
Absolutely, they can. And they're going to make a lot of friends, which many of the kids come to camp and they say, I don't really have any friends, and people don't pick me for games at school. But everybody gets picked for every game, and you make friends every day at camp.
Wow. And going through your website, there's just so much I love. I want to start with the philosophy. Our philosophy is to bring campers of all differences, no matter how minute, together to share an overnight camping experience. So regardless of the disability, regardless of the challenge they have in life, you're bringing them in there to have a great experience, build friends, have fun. things that kids are supposed to do.
Right.
And they really, I'm thinking, and you have two type of registrants. You have the new and you have the returning.
Yes.
Because I'm sure you have a good amount of people who return. The kids have such a great time.
Yeah.
They return. So how do we get our kids registered for your camps?
We just come on our website, which I think they're putting on the screen.
They better put it on screen.
Yeah. And so you come there and you just click on the application. There's a little box, looks like a ribbon. You click on that and print it.
Okay.
And then fill it out and send it to me.
Okay.
In June, you need to get permission from your child's doctor that they can manage this. And then there's another form there, a medical form, which is to send in June. Or, you know, June approximately. You can also bring it with you to camp. You don't have to mail it if you don't have time.
Okay. And of course your website tells that you have professional medical staff on site. So that's
We
not
do.
whether it's a nursing assistant or a nurse or EMT. Is that EMT?
Yeah, there's EMTs there too, yes.
So you have that just in case, God forbid, but you are ready for those emergencies.
Yes, and that means we can take children who have all kinds of medication. A lot of camps say no because they don't have a nurse 24/7. We do, so we can take children who are on any kind of medication, no matter how severe. We can also take children who are being fed with a tube through their stomach. We do. And we take children in wheelchairs, on crutches. Whatever the issue is, we will manage, and they will have a good time.
And going back to the safety, because safety is a priority. And
Yes.
like your website says, every child will be 1-to-1, but just in case, there's a 2-to-1 to help facilitate that child to have fun. So I'm excited because, I mean, looking at all the things you do, everything from archery to swimming to crafts to dances, you know, that our kids have this safe place and space that they can develop, they can blossom.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
So go ahead, Will.
I was just going to mention that, you know, some people think camp and then they think tents, and that's not very comfortable and maybe not applicable to this age group. We're in cabins. So all the kids are sleeping on bunk beds. Their counselor's sleeping on the top bunk.
Okay.
They're sleeping on the bottom bunk. And we have all ADA accessible showers, bathrooms everywhere throughout the camp, so that if they need that, you know, they're not going to have to go to one special shower somewhere. No, every cabin, there's 6 cabins, 3 boys, 3 girls, and so they have all the ADA accessibility without it being intruding on their camping experience.
Got you. And also, too, your staff is trained at least 40 hours before these kids get there for
That's right.
What type of training does your staff go through?
Well, they go through all of the various required safety issues that are needed for camp. In addition, they learn about all the disabilities we're going to have.
Okay.
Excuse me. So if they are there and a child has autism and is having a problem, they know how to soothe them, how to make them feel more welcome, talk to them, then, you know, eventually find their counselor. But the thing usually is that the counselor is gone to get their dinner or gone to get their milk, just in the same room, but the other counselors can interact with any type of disability. And then in addition, we are all CPR trained. The EMTs from Walden County come and they train us.
Okay.
And any other type of training that may be necessary to be able to cope with the disabilities about lifting children from wheelchairs and putting them into bed, putting them into the pool, making sure that they can participate in a softball game. What do we need to do on our part to make sure that they can be part of a softball or volleyball or, you know, whatever we're playing that day?
Yeah. And so to ensure that they can explore those horizons that they may not have explored before. You know, listen, you're safe enough. We can try this. We can help you step out. And I know, too, as a parent who had a child born with a challenge, that's one of our biggest things. Well, they may not be able to, but, you know, if we let them step out in a very safe space, they can take that small step to grow into that adult we want them to be.
Exactly. And a lot of parents send children to camp and they wrote on their application, doesn't like water, you know, doesn't want to do archery. And we're like, okay. You don't have to. You never have to. Nobody's getting forced to do anything. But you know what usually happens is they get there and they want to do it.
They're Aquaman or Aquagirl
Right.
and in the water and like, not my baby swimming, yes, your baby swimming. So.
Yeah. Especially when we do scuba.
Oh, really?
Because we have a special team that's trained on children with disabilities, comes over, terrific people. And they get in the pool and just do a very gentle introduction to scuba in the shallow end. And then if they feel good about it, again, nobody's forced, but they take them into the deep end and they dive for a painted rock that they can keep.
Oh, boy.
And they love that. They love it. It's just
Wow.
extraordinary because the other part of it is they can breathe underwater with the scuba gear.
Sure.
And that makes them feel very confident, very excited to hit that
Yeah.
milestone, to be, I'm in the deep end of the pool and I'm fine. So they are very exuberant after
Yeah,
those types of
yeah.
activities.
And I'm sure you got tons of stories of kids who came to camp. Their parents said, "Listen, they're not going to do this and not going to do that." And before they're so different when they leave camp. Like, wait a minute, what happened to my baby? And that's
Right.
what we want them to just grow and blossom. So talking about that, you got to have a phenomenal staff. And going back to your website, you offer or you really focusing on diversity of staff.
We do.
We're different races, ethnic groups, philosophies, beliefs. But this is what I really love that you wrote on your staff, that because of diverse staff, we foster nonviolent and clean communication is discussed during training. Positive and respectful conversations and education about the differences and similarities are highly encouraged. So you bring these different people, says we are different, but we are the same. So
Yes.
you have a lot of maybe staff building type of events that before the kids come, they're not only just trained, but they are learning to work together and appreciating their own diversity.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes. And what we try to emphasize always is that we play to everybody's strength.
Yes.
Strength, we don't talk about weakness. Don't need to. We need to talk about your strength and your strength. And then when we combine them as a pair of a counselor and a camper, then they can really say, oh yeah, well this person's been matched to me. We have similar interests. We have similar abilities. And then they get it when they're there. They really do.
Yeah, yeah. So here are your camps coming up. July 3rd through the 8th, under 13 years old. July 10th through the 15th, 13 to 18. July 17th to 22, 15 to 20. So
Yep.
that's pretty. And then you have a special camp July 24th through 29, Down syndrome and over 20.
Yes.
So our Down syndrome kids can go and experience the world and expand their horizons just the same.
Right, exactly. A lot of Down syndrome older individuals, they can't function at the level that the society might expect of them.
Right.
25, 35. The society may look at them and think, "Oh, well, you should do this," but they really can't.
Yeah.
But they love camp. Oh, they
Gotcha.
love camp. So, this is a time for them to just forget about whatever society has ever said about their ability, and we play to the abilities of being able to be a great camper.
Okay, so let's talk about, again, cost. Because that's the number one, I'm sure right now I'm using. Okay. Imagine, what does it cost?
It's free. There is no charge for any portion of camp to the child or to the parent.
Free.
Yep, Rotary clubs, including this one here in Monticello, raise money all year long, and they sponsor campers. So about $1,500 sponsors one camper.
Wow.
And so that means that most of our campers are coming from environments where they really, nobody has any money for camp. They have enough issues that they have to take care of themselves.
yeah.
So when we want them to come, enjoy being at camp without worrying about cost, they get the t-shirt, they get the pictures, they take home arts and crafts. It's all included. And the parents get a week when they can do some of the arduous chores that they need time to do when you have a child who has a disability.
Okay, now, and of course, being that it's free, of course the camp is not free. There are costs. So how do we help you defray those costs? Because you have donors, you have sponsors. How do we help offset those costs?
Well, we do have to raise $150,000 a year.
Okay.
So we're always grateful for any size donation. And they can send checks in from the website address. They can they can do PayPal. And they can, if you know somebody who might be interested in supporting the camp, you can tell them about it. They'll call me. We'll work out picking up a check or having them come to camp and give a check right there at camp if they want to.
And like you said, even through the local Rotary here in Monticello, they
Yes.
can donate directly there. So we can reach out to these Rotary members, people that we know right in our churches, right in our communities. Hey, I want to donate towards the camp, and they can give a check or a money order or cash or whatever right there. So there are various ways to reach and support the camp. So
Yes.
Mr. Anything else you want to share about this awesome camp? I am, like I said, I saw it in the newspaper. I was blown away, and I had to have you on to share it on the show. But is there anything else you'd like to share about this awesome camp that you guys do?
Well, I think the main thing is to say, after 28 years, we've seen it all.
Okay.
Sometimes, every once in a while, we're a little surprised, but really, we welcome whatever challenge you bring to the camp and your child brings to the camp.
Okay.
We're fine. We're ready.
Okay.
We've been training. We have repeat counselors. We have repeat campers. We are at a place which is all ADA accessible. So we are truly ready for whatever can happen, and really we have spaces and we want more children to come.
Okay, wonderful. So listen, you can reach out, rycnf.org. Miss Dove, your number. What's the best phone number to reach you?
850-328-0302.
0302. So if you have a child with a disability, please let them enjoy the summer like this year, like never before. I'm thinking your
Yes.
child will be forever changed by this camp. And so I was so excited about this. I'm excited for some of our kids in Monticello who didn't know about this, who would be kind of stuck in that hard place in space, sitting at home, watching TV all summer. Now they can have a place where they can go and grow, make friends, expand their horizons, and everything else. So, Ms. Dove, I thank you for coming on. I thank you for the work you're doing, and we're going to try to help support this. And again, what's the last date to register for the camps this year?
Officially May 15th.
May 15th. So get those
Right.
applications. Not May 16th, May 15th. Get that in so your child can get there. Ms. Dove, thank you again for coming on the show. Been truly blessed to have you, and this has been exciting. I'm stoked. And so I want our kids to experience life like they never experienced before. Please visit the website. Make sure you get in touch with this organization so your child can have a great and wonderful summer. This is Pastor Eddie Elyon. I'm out of time, but I am not out of word. Want to remind you, everywhere we go, let everybody know that the Word of God will restore your glory.
Well, guys, that's our show, and I'm telling you, I am still stoked about this interview about Rotary Youth Camp of North Florida. I mean, our babies who have disabilities have an ability. And I was so excited to hear about the scuba diving. I mean, man, I can't imagine them expanding their horizons in that aspect, but I thank God for that work. So listen, get online, go visit Rotary Youth Camp North Florida, rycnf.org. Get out there, get the info. Make sure you apply. Remember, the deadline is May the 15th. We will be re-airing this show on May the 12th, just as a reminder to let you know to get our babies out there so that they can expand, go out, get into that safe place and space, and just see the world in a whole new way. So again, I'm so thankful for this interview, and I hope that it blessed you. This your man. I'm out of time, but I'm not out of word. I'm going to remind you everywhere we go, let everybody know that the Word of God will restore your glory.
The Restoring Your Glory broadcast is recorded at Restored Glory Christian Center in the beautiful city of Monticello, Florida. We invite you to worship with us every Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. or join us on Thursdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for interactive Bible study. For more information, visit our website, restoredglory.org, or our social media pages. On behalf of Pastor Eddie Elyon, First Lady Veronica Yon, and the Restored Glory family, thank you for joining us. Until next time, let the Word of God restore your glory.
All of this and more. Thank you for your promises, Lord. Your promises never fail. Thank you that you're God who restores your people. Oh, yes, you do. All of this and more.